Hello, welcome to the ServiceNow tutorial for updating incident records. When an incident record is created, two service level agreements, also referred to as SLAs, are generated. The time to respond SLA is the length of time it takes a technician to take ownership of the incident and actively begin working on the ticket. When the technician enters their name in the Assigned To field and saves the incident record, the time to respond SLA will be completed. The time to resolve SLA is the length of time it takes the technician to either resolve the incident or to fulfill the service request. If any SLA is getting close to being breached, ServiceNow will send the managers and members of the team an email notification. To achieve greater accuracy in ServiceNow reporting data, when an incident is assigned to our team from the service desk, best practice is to review and modify as needed the business service field, the configuration item field, and all related category fields. It is the assignment group's responsibility to assess the impact and urgency levels of their tickets. Their service desk will only assess the impact and urgency levels for incidents that are assigned to their group. For incident states, the new state reflects that an incident record has just been opened and has been assigned to a group. The active state reflects that the Assigned To field has been populated with a member of the assignment group and the incident record has been saved. The awaiting problem resolution state reflects that the incident record has been associated with a problem and is awaiting resolution of that problem to resolve the incident. The awaiting user info state reflects that the incident record has been paused because a query has been made back to the customer asking for additional information. The awaiting evidence state reflects that the incident record has been paused because testing, researching, or scheduling an event has been coordinated. The awaiting third-party state reflects that the incident record has been paused because action is needed by a vendor or by another department that doesn't use ServiceNow. When a ticket is in any of the awaiting states, the time to resolve SLA clock will be paused. The resolve state indicates that the service has been restored to normal operation or that the service request has been fulfilled. Clicking the Resolve Incident button will automatically change the status to resolved. To manage attachments on a record, click the paperclip icon located on the form header. From the pop-up window, attachments can be added, removed, or renamed. If the incident was reported to the service desk by way of an email with an attachment, the customer's attachment will be located just below the form header. Attachments on a ticket are not visible to the customer. Watch list and work notes list are used to keep additional parties informed about the status of the incident. The individuals and email addresses added to the watch list will receive all the same email notifications as the customer. The individuals and email addresses added to the work notes list will receive notifications when work notes are added to the incident. Functionality for both the watch list and work notes list is identical. Expand the field by clicking the unlock icon. Select users by clicking any of the available controls. Click the Add Me icon to add your name to the field. Click the Remove Selected icon to remove the highlighted person from the field. Click the Information icon to open the highlighted person's user record. Click the Add Remove Multiple icon to add or remove multiple people. Click the Look Up Using List icon to select a single customer. Enter a full email address for either a person or distribution list in the Enter Email Address field. Click the Add Email Address icon to add the email address. Collapse the field by clicking the Lock icon. The Activity Formatter section provides an easy way to display and filter the history of an incident. The Activity Formatter will appear once the record is saved. Click the Collapse Expand All Activity icon to collapse or expand the entries in the activity log. Clicking the Filter icon within the activity field will reveal a list of filters that can be added or removed. Click the toggle activity icon to hide or display the entire activity log. Every saved modification on an incident record is recorded in the activity log. Best practice is to use one of the ServiceNow email features whenever emailing the customer or coworkers concerning the ticket. This keeps the incident record up to date at all times with the status of the ticket. Managers and members of the executive team regularly report on the statuses of incidents to ensure that DoIT is providing the best possible service to our customers. There are two methods to send the customer an email from within the incident record. The first method is to manually generate an email. Click the More Options icon located at the top of the incident form. Click on the email icon. A pop-up window will appear. The two defaults to the customer's email address. The CC field defaults to the email address of the user who opened the incident and members on the watch list. The two CC and BCC fields can be edited. To delete a value, click on the email address to be deleted. It will be highlighted in blue. Press the delete key to delete the address. To add a different email address, either type the full email address or use the Type Ahead feature and select the name of the person you wish to email. This method of email is used most often to send the customer an attachment or hyperlink. Click Send to send the email. The second and more commonly used method to email the customer is to enter information in the Additional Comments field. Enter the message to be sent to the customer in the Additional Comments field and save the incident. ServiceNow generates an email to the customer and the members of the watch list to indicate that the incident has been commented on. The email includes the contents of the Additional Comments field. When the customer replies to an email sent from ServiceNow, the customer's reply email is captured in the activity log. ServiceNow generates an email to the assigned to technician and the members of the watch list to indicate that the incident has been commented on. In the Work Notes field, enter all steps performed to resolve the incident or to fulfill the request. Work Notes do not display to the customer. However, upon saving or submitting the incident, all text added to this field will be emailed to the Assigned To assignment group and the Work Notes list members. Related Record tab fields are used to establish relationships between the incident record and related problem and/or change request records. If the incident is in an awaiting problem resolution state, the problem field becomes a mandatory field. Entering a problem in the problem field establishes a relationship between the incident and problem records. An incident can be related to only one problem, however, a problem can be related to many incidents. If applicable, in the Caused By Change field, enter the change request that caused the issue for which the incident was logged. Should the incident require a change request in order to return service to normal operation or to fulfill the service request, entering a change request record in the change request field establishes a relationship between the incident and change request records. This concludes the ServiceNow tutorial for updating incident records. Thank you for watching.